Everyone we see is a reflection of us.
How much do you trust the people in power and people in charge? How much do you trust the food that you eat? It's a sorry situation that the people in power, or the societies, or the dignitaries, or the corporations and businesses that sell you the food and the equipment and amenities and extras that we need as society to live, that they really don't tell you what's in them. You can Google around and search for a lot of videos and people showing you what's actually in these products. And I wouldn't put it past them all being terrible for you. Most of them, if not all of them, that you can buy off the shelf in all of these places have some type of chemical or carcinogen or whatever it is inside of it that's not good for the body. But why? Aside from greed and power and manipulation and all of this sort of stuff, why couldn't they just sell something that's good for you, healthy for you? You can still make profit. Why does it have to be negative? Why does it have to be cut or added with water or chemicals or these sort of things to make more profit? That's an interesting question. We hear, why do you even need to put so many chemicals in a product when you can easily do things without it? I mean, who would have thought you could bake a cake without flour, but you can. There are other alternatives. There's so many healthier ways to do it. Now, one clear example is roll-on deodorant, or deodorant that doesn't have all of those abbreviated chemicals or aluminium or any of the stuff that isn't healthy for your skin. And you can get natural deodorants that are good for your skin or don't have any adverse reactions or chemicals or metals inside them. So you see, if they were really there for your best interest to support your growth and humanity as a whole, they would feed you and supply you with this stuff that's good for you. That'd still make their multi-millions, but as a society you would grow. But then so would your brain, and so would your mind and your areas of development. They would actually look after you. But they don't want that. Just about anything you buy from a supermarket or a retail outlet that is a major corporation will have all of this in it. But it's hard to believe every single thing potentially could have that you don't buy from what's called farm fresh or natural remedies. And even if they do sell you a natural remedy from a store, they charge you exorbitant prices for something, like $20. I've seen cereal for $20 because it's got the name of a celebrity or a health food agent on it. I mean, that is ridiculous for a bag of cereal. But if you want to eat healthy through their store, then you're going to pay for it. But you go down the road to a health food store and you can get it for next to nothing. So it's a shame to see that even in today's climate, you don't have any one of the major retails standing up for the people and going against the grain. But let's look at it from a different perspective and ask, well, where are all these chemicals coming from? I mean, you can't just put aluminium in a spray can or a chemical in a spray can, damn well knowing that it's not good for human. How does this pass the regulators? Are the regulators a part of the problem as well? I think so. I think the fact that you can't regulate how much sugar goes into a product and it's done by taste testing potentially is a problem. Or you can put a name on a label that is this, but it actually means something else, is also a problem. So is it all just a hoax to keep the common man out, that you must provide all of the information? How much of the made in Australia or made in America label that has written on the side to how much a product is made in its own country, how many do you see that's 100%? And then what's the price on that? But let's look at the chemicals. Where do these chemicals come from? Why are they even there? Why are they introducing this stuff into your food and your daily life? Well, what if, as a hypothetical, this is just me, but I have a feeling that you hear this from a lot of other people, or probably already have, that they need a way of getting rid of all the chemical. For you see, they make so many things, or they dig so much stuff up, and there's a byproduct. And this byproduct you can't dispose of legally anywhere, or it doesn't burn, or it doesn't melt, or you can't throw it in the ocean. There's so much product that these people are making that releases a byproduct that you're not going to use, and you throw it away, but yet they cannot. So what do they do with it? Well, there's been numerous things where human consumption can get rid of it, or at least the body doesn't absorb it. Maybe it does. Maybe it turns it into something else, and that's how they deposit it. And then it goes into the factories and it gets cleaned, and then all of a sudden that's someone else's problem. I wouldn't put it past them doing this. It's kind of like in Shawshank Redemption, if you've seen the movie. You have a pocket full of sand and you slowly do it in plain sight when no one's noticing. These are the things that, what if all of this stuff is a way of removing a byproduct or a chemical that is not being able to be removed, but at the same time it's making humans sick, killing humans, therefore creating a secondary industry. If they can keep you sick and unwell, they can make money from the pharmaceuticals, all at the same time as keeping you alive by providing you food and entertainments. I think you start to see the cycle of how their mind works. They are not there to give you food to live. They are there to keep you in an endless cycle of pain and torment. It's just that you think it's food, and so many people are waking up to this. I saw a post today, and it actually hit quite hard, and it mentions how slavery didn't die out. They just found a way of making it less noticeable. So you stay in debt to the government, to the system. So you're not in chains anymore, owned by someone, but the government owns you because of the debt. The school debt, the HEX debts, the mortgage, the credit cards. It's still a form of slavery. It never went away. And I think this is straight to the point, that don't think that they're in it for your best interest. Don't think that a company like Target or Kohl's or Audi or any of these places who sells you product that you consume wouldn't put it past them. Don't think that the owners of these corporations are not in cahoots with everyone around the world to keep everyone docile. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. Your local mama and papas down the road is getting bought out by these companies for the very reason. And every time you go to a health food store or a local store, prices are more expensive because they're having to pay more rent. Why do you think that is? They don't want you healthy, they want you sick. But it's more than just keeping you ill to benefit from the medical industry. There's byproducts in everything. I wouldn't put it past them. In fact, it's more than likely the case. So, why don't we have more boycotting of these companies, of these places? There are so many other locations we can go to find. I think people just find it easy because if you've noticed, in the prime locations where communities are, is where you find the big ticket companies. So it's easier to go there. And when it's easier to go there, people are more likely to go there. Why would I travel 20, 30 minutes down the road to go in there and get that when I can walk 5 minutes and everything's right there? You see, they've made the connection that when something is easier or more convenient, people are more likely to go there, whether they like it or not, than it is to go somewhere further. Even though it might save them money or be better for them, that's what they're willing to do. Gladly, some prices are more expensive, but I still believe that they don't have to be. But without knowing the story of why these local stores and these health food stores are expensive, well, maybe it's the wrong store. Maybe it's the devil playing both sides. Don't forget that some of these health food companies portraying to be healthy for you are just the opposite. They're just as bad. It's like the virus and the cure is controlled by the same person. So I find it interesting. What do you feel? Have you changed a product that you used to use based on what you found out? Does your body react? Do you feel better? Do you eat better? Do you get less rashes and skin areas? Do you spray your cologne on your skin anymore, or do you just put it on your clothing? What are the changes that you've made? Because they all make a big difference. And with peace, and love, and light, take care.